don't feel good today. I'm sore. What did I get? Peace and gratitude from human eating. Project Looking Glass. I had an epiphany. I was reviewing the old Bob Lazar videos. Hopefully the camera behaves. Bob Lazar, Project Looking Glass. When he talks about it, it relates to guidance, navigation, and control. I'm not hungover. I just have a headache. Fucking hell. Mirror, mirror. Spent the last day sleeping for some reason. Not really sure why. Went to a movie to get out of bed. I'm not sick with anything. I'm not coughing or sneezing. I call it, I guess it's seasonal depression. I hope these babies made it okay. Special mushrooms, but they're okay. Well, crunch. Hand delivered by, or told. There's an oral lineage behind the mushrooms that I got, and they come from Maria Sabina. They're the ones that I use to repair my spine, so I needed to get some for a little bit later in the day. Oh gosh, headache. Maybe this is just a sugar buzz. I had 2 large sodas. So anyway, guidance, navigation, and control. Project Looking Glass. Yeah, I was watching him. It's this old one. I should do a StreamYard on this or something. But when he talked about it, Project Hotshot, Project something or other, which is the vehicle. The Hotshot was the neutron beams, he said. The little containers down at the bottom that shoot beams, a directed energy system of some sort. Remember that you could, if it was pointed into a candle, the candle would stop. It looks, listening to George Knapp again, I think he was only out there for 6 times? Does that mean 6 weeks? How long was the shift out there? I watched the Janet flights. They have them, they come and go, but there is some sort of pattern to them. It seems like Mondays and Thursdays are anyway, just get on flight radar stuff and you'll be able to see them. Anyway, Project Looking Glass and guidance, navigation, and control. And I think it's based off of the asymmetry of the electroweak force. And essentially, when the vehicle gets ready and does its little time leap, its warp jump, they go from point A to B. Framework, but I need a whiteboard for this. You're here, and then blink, the saucer's over here with no hand movement, or vice versa. So this one comes over, or I'll be up here, and then blink, it's down here. The teleporting thing is just quantum tunneling at the large scale. The distance that you can teleport is affected by the velocity with which you enter that wormhole. This is where I'm integrating Bob Greene here. The field structure, the magnetic monopole, when it is created with tau leptons, the heaviest generation of matter, that's giving you your penetrating power through space-time. That's the vehicle going blink over here to over there instantly. There's no movement. There's fast movement, but sometimes it's one species can do point A to B. Where's that piece of paper? Everybody knows it. Sorry. I guess I need to slow down. There's not an audience. I'm just trying to record myself. So, for the sake of continuity, continuing. So as the vehicle jumps, the navigation system sends out a pulse somehow. And I don't have enough information to talk about the electroweak symmetry, like how far. I mean, if you're able to use neutrinos, you get a good, you can see a fair distance. Some of the neutrino wavelengths, well, a light second is almost between here and to the moon. So for a photon to do one full rotation, polarization, that light second, what the fuck is a light second anyways? Nature doesn't cohere. That's why all the numbers are weird. If we used whole integer numbers for certain things, that would start giving you, I don't know, an extension of kilometer metric engineering, but based off of light seconds, which I think they tried to do with the kilogram. So the kilogram, the mass, the standard unit of a kilogram has been updated to include some sort of light-based nonsense in it. I'm not a good engineer, but I pretend to be one. Moving on. I don't have much to say on Pais. I've been down and out for the last couple days. Jeremy's building up a big buzz. I've been going through these. I understand. It's down here in the corner. Ooh, looks like over unity. Circuit diagram. Components of this thing. Oh my gosh, I've been here for a bit. Let's see, that little. This is conditioned magnet for holding a Magnon. Over unity from the circuit comes from the Magnon in it. By definition, the circuit is open loop. It is interactive with the region, the ambient magnetosphere, the regional field characteristics. That is due to the size of the toroid, which is producing the Magnon or holding it. It is a microwave effect. It will emit a field. The brick, this one is also conditioned. This generates a field. Its far field effect is up to 2 kilometers, just about a mile away. It's out there at a mile due to the size of the thing that's resonating. So it may need to be encased in mu metal. Sensors. So what if they had some sort of like Magnon-based quantum interference with a local, right? Because the Magnon is circulating, and it's doing work off of the ambient heat and the ambient electric field, and it's running at a higher voltage. So we're using 12 volts to maintain 180 volts due to the conditioning of the ferrite. Therein lies the demon. The aha, it is definitely outputting more voltage than it's using, but the Magnon is put in there. I've said this before, but magnetizing tool, this is a tool behind me. It's not just a piece of junk, but it's for future dates. So the Magnon's circulating. I just like to free form sometimes and start throwing things I know kind of together. And I'm trying to, instead of the tank magnetizer, I'm trying to figure out if there's a laser ring system for stimulating neutrons. It would be like a infrared laser, because I just want it right at the, maybe you chill the ferrite a little bit after it's been warmed, and then hit it with a laser to get it spinning after it's been conditioned with a magnetic field. Yeah, the notes. There's a paper on this. Why the laser ring is the topology that the Magnon takes on the material. It will look like a circulating ring. So if I had a Magnon running in this material, instead of a big fat happy green area, there would be a thin white line moving. And I would be able to get a small piece of like magnetic wire, and there's magnetization here. Let's see, magnetized. But if the Magnon was spinning, the wire would be able to float. So, Magnon physics. Maybe if you have a shape on the underside of the saucer. Actually, I think you would want to put it on top, so you're actually pulling down from the electric field. And then maybe you have something going on underneath that's pushing it up around, or maybe, say if you have a little ball of plasma, you can kind of roll around on it. There are many different types of flying saucers, but Magnon physics scales, it gets up to the size of the saucer. Bose-Einstein condensates. There's something there. Tickling the tongue. Bose-Einstein condensates, neutron spin lattices, quantum coherence, asymmetry of the electroweak force, radiating rings, forwards and backwards, being able to see attosecond laser pulses. Finally being able to see with attosecond lasers. Because when I was a kid in Los Alamos, it was back in the 90s and 80s, excuse me, I was an 80s kid up in Los Alamos, but we knew what lasers were on the playground. We knew what nukes were. God, I hate it. Yeah. When you come down off of the hilltop, you find out that a lot of the stuff that you take for granted as a kid up there is like sorcery, black magic, high technology. Bombs would be going off in the background. You're like, what the fuck is exploding? Oh, don't know. Just a bunch of kids running around on the playground listening to bombs exploding. Obviously, since I've been not feeling good, I've been having shit thoughts, but I did go up to Salem the day before. I think I ate too much sugar. I really do. I think that's what's doing it. Salem was fun. Went and found a little Tibet store. Got a Sangha discount. Mumbled, Tashidele, Dechucha na. Talked about this. I referenced one. It's not sharp, but it's for flaying. Oh, God. Shave. Dechuchane. There it is. Dechuchane. Tashidele dechuchane. Anyway. Long time ago, high up in the mountains, there was shit. There was shit to deal with, and oxes to play with, and salt to mine, and kids to watch, crops to grow, dharma to teach. Not been happy. It's amazing what the power of the voice can do to the mind. Oh, I should ramble some more. I like putting words together. So laser ring gyroscopes are a thing. Are there laser ring coils? There are. Laser ring. Oh, what was another thing out of the depths of APAC? Was like maybe like a photonic coil, and somehow you put like a plasma in the middle. It has the right topology, and then you gotta have the glass is doped with cesium 134 or something. One of these heavy elements that emits positrons into the plasma at certain places, and then you have lasers right next to them. So this thing's got to look kind of funny. It has some like funny attachments because this laser ring gyroscope thing is real. Laser ring gyroscopes with laser pumped acceleration zones. And around those zones, you have ceramics that are radioactive, that are emitting positrons. And then within the plasma, I don't know, like maybe a mix. That's the thing. You like argon, heavier stuff. You're playing with the noble gases, and then there may be something like cesium or something down on the bottom as a you've got to have a getter for the electrons. It's probably down on the bottom, a getter. It's got to pull the excess electrons. You're dealing with ions moving. You're injecting beta positive particles, and then you're hoping to get these Cooper pairs forming in the plasma motor. And then you spin that up, and then you have a coil of photons. You're trying to these condensed states when you're doing these exotic movements, the blink, spinning the system up, the motor. There's a couple ways to do this. Yep. Need time to go get that chart. So laser ring gyroscopes, condensing. If you have a denser gravity field, when the electrons are up at the higher energy densities, space-time does not like it. But since you're using a stable topology, i.e. a toroid, look at a stellarator, for example, over in Germany. Funny twists. So the ring motor within this plasma motor is not, I don't believe it's going to have a symmetrical or a classical topology if it's going to be successful. That's what Schauberger was going off of. That's why they say use the golden ratio. It's going to have a little funny twist to it. That little kink twist is the spin 1/2. Figure out the spin 5/2 for magnesium. Anyway, these electron pairs will condense. If you spin pump them and accelerate them, and that was flawed relativistic thinking. Like the faster you approach the speed of light, the more mass you have, but you have these things that are circulating. I'm deep into Bob Grenier territory, talking about the toroids. EV, exotic vacuum objects, EVOs, electron, brilliant electron. It's like electrium valiae or something. Vibrant electricity is what it means, but it's this tors, these stacks of toruses chasing each other. Anyway, I don't know. Don't want to do my work today. That's about 20 minutes.